So, a million tester shots later, we're here. Here we are. Hello, gorgeous, beautiful people. My name is Tiffany. This is going to be my first official YouTube video. I've posted some shorts. This will be my first, I guess, long one. I am going to be talking about a couple of things today. A couple of things. First, I wanted to give a little bit of an introduction since this is my first video, my first little intro, my first hello, how are you? I'm a mother of two. I homeschool. We recently moved to Texas about 6 months ago. I'm originally from California. Got married a couple of years ago with my husband for about 10 years altogether. And this channel is just going to be my life, little glimpses, little peeks. I am going to do another video talking about why it's taken me so long to get to this point of actually being, I'd say, the most active I've ever been with my content on all of my platforms and even expanding. I have Facebook, but I solely have it for Facebook Marketplace. I had a profile picture solely so people would just know that like I wasn't just some spam random, person trying to waste their time or whatever. Then, of course you start getting reviews and people start, like giving you stars and ratings and, as a buyer and a seller. So I have not used Facebook, I want to say in like years. Like the last time I was probably actively posting on there was middle school and I'm almost 30 years old. So it's been a long time. And I recently started posting on there content wise and like, okay, I have it. Why not maximize all platforms, cross posts? Who's it going to hurt? You know what I'm saying? In terms of YouTube, I, I want to say even my very first YouTube video would probably be once again when I was in middle school. Funny enough, it is not something that I think you can find online. I think I deleted it. At least I hope I deleted it, but I'm pretty sure it's gone. Um, I have no idea what I was talking about. I think I was talking about confidence. I was a tall girl. I'm still a tall woman. I am 6'1", but I was probably 5'11" since I would say I was between 5'9", 5'10", once again in middle school, but I was always the tallest person. I was the tallest person in my classroom and on the playground in elementary school, sometimes a little bit taller than my teachers. Middle school, I definitely sprouted. I wore a size 11 shoe. I don't know exactly how tall I was, but I know I was like literally the tallest person in school. I think there was another kid that came in who did end up being taller than me. He was like a transfer from somewhere. But yeah, I was definitely one of like the top. My sweet children slid a book under the door. I wasn't scared. It was just an owl, so I wasn't scared. We saw a monster with big ears and long arms. Okay, awesome. I'm sure my daughter's way of just letting me know, Mommy, I'm thinking about you. Mwah, hello. She's so sweet. She is 5 years old, total mama's girl. I truly believe if she can climb back up in my womb, she would. But anywho, back to what I was talking about. Being tall in school. Yeah, so I think one of my first videos was just talking about confidence because I was a girl that completely lacked confidence herself, being the tallest, being bullied. Funny enough, being tall now is like, popular. It's in, it's cool. People are always just like, oh my God, can I borrow some inches? Can I borrow some inches? And I'm just like, where was this energy when I was like 11, 12 years old? And my self-esteem was in the trash. Like where was that energy then? But it's okay. I'm good now. My husband's tall. He's 6'5". Our children are tall. Of course, I want to instill that confidence in them from the jump so they don't even really have to go through the phase. I'm gonna try really hard not to get flustered because this is like my third time having to tweak something on my phone, but it is also my first long video, so I'm trying to take the kinks as they come and not get frustrated. But essentially, I just keep having to repeat myself in what I'm saying, and I don't have like, a script or anything. I'm talking naturally, so it's kind of just like, okay, what was I saying? Where did I leave off? But Anywho, I know I was talking about the kids and the last part that even got recorded. I want to instill that natural confidence in them so they don't have to go through the phase of wondering what's wrong with them, thinking that there's something wrong with being tall because there quite literally isn't. There's nothing that you can do to control that. Want to say hey?
Hey.
Okay, bye. So we have a guest, the child that I said would climb back into my womb if she could. I don't even know if I got that on camera. Like literally, I've had so many cuts here and there. I'm just like, did I even record that? But anywho, my daughter's in here. She wanted to join. She is very girly like me, very, into the pink, like just like quite literally a mini version, like the nails wanting to be in the makeup, like just the typical girly little girl, literally she is. So I think she saw my Vanity on and was just like, I want to play. So she's on the bed, she's chilling. I don't show the kids online, at least not their faces. I do show glimpses of things that they do and glimpses of parts of, their life. I'll get into showing, outfits sometimes, little outfits of the days for them every now and again. But I will never have their face on social media. She did say hi. Voice is one thing, but my main thing is just I don't want them to be identifiable in public. I don't want to be walking down the street and someone's just like, oh, so and so and so and so. Like, I don't even say their names online. I recently just said their ages online, which is already something I'm just like, the anxiety, the horror. But yes, I'm very private when it comes to my children and their safety and just making sure that they're okay, they are protected, they do not need an online persona. They're 5 and 7. There is literally no reason for them to be online for anything. The people that want to see them and do see them, I can literally send them a text message, a picture of them. It does not have to be something that I upload for the world to see, especially since I do plan on having a very, very large platform. And that's just not something I'm personally comfortable with having my children having, a face on my platform. Now, of course, once they get older and they have phones and they reach the age where they can have their own social media, I will have no option. They can, make the choice for themselves. But as of right now, them being very small children, they are going to say often, my sweet boy, do you want to say, hey,
Hey.
hey? Do you want to sit on the bed or are you going to go to the classroom?
I want to sit in bed.
You want to sit on the bed. Okay, cool. Everyone is in here now. So fun. This is like peak motherhood. Like, this is the stuff of also why it's a bit hard to try to record sometimes. And I don't really know if I'll ever do like day in the lives and so on and so forth, because that's one of the things of, just protection. I never want to necessarily post our routines on here. I never want it to be like, this is what my Mondays look like, this is what my Tuesdays and Wednesdays look like. I don't really want that. But another reason with just not showing them online, the fact that they are quite literally always around me 24/7, with the fact that they are a homeschooled love. You gotta okay. It's a bit hard to try to record and try to get content because I would say I'm in the middle of being like in a beginner and not so much a beginner in terms of content creation and editing, so on and so forth. I'm definitely not a pro by any means, but I do know there are features that people use to blur their children's faces for videos, and I love that honestly because there are sometimes things that like I do want to share, but I'm like, how do I share it at an angle where I'm not showing their face? So that's something to just dig deeper into. But anywho, let's get into this. I had turned it on, I think, in a past video that I thought I was recording. I don't think it was actually recording. So I love that. Before we get into this loveliness and the organization of it all, I do want to get into finally, because I think I've started to say it like 3 times now, but I don't think I've fully you know, said it. I could be wrong. Who knows? When I'm editing it, we'll go through. We'll see what the vibes are. But in terms of what this page is going to be, motherhood plus me. Me, I think there's a lot to even I think there's too much to even put in my bio. I do a lot of DIY. I do my own hair, I do my lashes, I do my eyebrows, I do my nails. I do my pedicures. I'm pretty decent with makeup. I think that's one of those things where it's like I wouldn't necessarily consider myself a beginner. I do think I can do a very nice beat for sure. I don't really play around much with like eyeshadow. I do want to dabble in that for sure. Do a lot of DIY. I want to do a lot more DIY in terms of the house, but I do a lot of DIY with myself. So that's going to be a big chunk of my page. Motherhood, life hacks with kids, mom hacks, everyday stuff with me. I go to the gym very often. I start my day usually with my spin class. Kind of just everyday stuff. I kind of think it's a bunch of things. I'll be doing my nails. I'll, show activities that we do every now and again. And being out, I may show, a day of homeschooling and what that looks like for us once school starts back up because we are in summer mode. Yay. My page is honestly just going to be a little bit of everything. And welcome. Welcome here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my page. Yeah, I want to say the last video, YouTube video, kind of being consistent, not really that I did, was when I was pregnant with my son. So, like 7, 8 years ago, when I was pregnant and I was just chatting, he wasn't here yet. But yeah, I would definitely say this is the most consistent I've been with my socials, and I definitely want to keep it up for sure. Like, I promise this is not going to be my last video. I'm not just going to post one and be done. I promise. I promise. With my DIY, I would say I started off my gel nail journey with a lot of different type of products. I did buy acrylic tips at one point and the little like powder and the solution that you would use to put acrylics on your nails, but my natural nails grow so long. That was from when I was pregnant with my son. That was literally the start of my nails just being so long, so strong, and so healthy. So I had bought the acrylic set and everything, but I really don't use it because my nails just grow so long by themselves. So I just have a lot of gel polish and the cuticle colors and the cutters and clippers and so on and so forth. A lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. I don't know if I'll fully get into it all today. I wanted today more so to be just like talking a little bit about the gifts that my husband got me recently, as well as just organizing a little bit because things have kind of been in limbo since I got it because I did want to record this video for you guys. To dive into it a little bit, yes, I had what I thought I had a really big collection of nail stuff until he bought me my gifts recently that he purchased. And then I was just like, oh, okay. So I actually didn't have as much as I thought. Like, cool, love that. Thank you. And I will be locking the door. I'll be locking it on that one. I have a lot of patience. I really do. You have to have a lot of patience to homeschool, but I'm still human. They still get on my nerves. Get out. Get out. You see how the doorknob is already jiggling? Yeah, in terms of the things that I had myself before I got this complete upgrade to my setup, I had a lot. I did have a lot. I had, like I said, the acrylic set. I had a nail drill, but it ended up breaking. I didn't use that very often. I had a lot of nail polish, a lot of nail polish. I would say I had about 40 different polishes. I had what I thought was like the starter polishes of what you needed to like prep it with, whatever, whatever. I will say this is the best my nails have been this set and the last set that I did. The best one that I did because apparently I don't know what it was. It was something in regards to, I don't know, I'd have to look at my polishes, but it was something that a primer or a prep that I didn't have, and my nails would peel. I would do my nails, they would come out really cute, but they would honestly barely last more than a couple of days, maybe a week if I was just super, super careful before they started peeling, and they would just come off just super easy. Like I wouldn't even have to soak them when it was time to take them off, considering they were gel, because they literally would peel before they even had the chance to, start to have that little gap in between. So these actually last. I did these I want to say over a week ago. First time doing French. I'll get like a better close up later. And they're amazing. Like they, nothing. I mean, I think I like broke my thumb, it cracked my actual nail, like cracked off a little bit or whatever. But, in terms of like the polish itself, for me to have polish on all to all 10 fingers still over a week later, completely unheard of, completely unheard of. So yeah, I would definitely swear by everything that I'm using. It definitely saves me a lot of money. I used to be the girly who was in the salons getting her hair done, spending $300 for my bundles, $200 for my install, $250 for a full set of lashes, $100 for a fill, you know, going to the salon, getting my $50 pedicure, like that was me. That was me. But as much as I like to keep my maintenance up, it just seemed like so much money. And I'm all for paying for convenience. I'm all for it. But I felt like the amount and the price that a lot of people were charging, because I didn't necessarily go to one person. I definitely played around. I didn't really have one person for anything. Like I kind of just went to who I went to. And the quality just wasn't matching the pricing. And I just wasn't really a big fan of it. As well as like, I don't know what it is, but going to the nail salon, like getting my feet done, I'll get a pedicure all day. But in terms of my nails, like I literally am like nauseous just sitting there, just having my hands being restricted. Like I honestly hate it so much, but I honestly was so close to going back to the nail salons for the fact that my nails were freaking peeling. And I was complaining about this to my husband. I was thinking to myself, like, okay, he's either a really good listener or he's hacking into my Amazon cart because how is he buying things that I wasn't even thinking of? He got stuff that I, for some reason, as the person who needed it, the person who was complaining about it, didn't even think like, let me look up and see if they have blah 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 XYZ. So let's go over a few key points. I'll do another video probably going into my nail stuff, just my nail stuff, because honestly, as I'm thinking about it, it's a lot. I have a lot of stuff, but we're gonna do little peeks right now as we put stuff away. This desk that he bought is not just a regular desk. I was saying that I wanted something for space. I was saying I wanted something to put some flowers on. I was saying I wanted a vanity setup. I kind of wanted three or four different things combined into one, and it literally is this. I also was saying I did just buy another nail drill, and as I was doing my nails, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, I totally see why they wear masks because, like, holy crap, like all this dust is getting into my mouth. I'm like swallowing it. It's terrible. I was telling him how I wanted to get a fan. This right here, this is the fan. There's a button. Oh, wait, shit. I don't think it's plugged in. I have a lot of stuff that needs to be plugged up. I also have an extension cord down here that my husband got for me that I have yet to plug up. So that is why it is not plugged up. But this is the button. And basically it just sucks from here. This is the fan. It's kind of just built into the bottom, like it pops up, if need be. This little bag down here just catches all the dust, and it came with an extra bag as well that's just down there in the drawer. Yeah, this is a really big bag, and for it to collect dust, I honestly feel like it's going to be like over a year to probably actually fill it up. But this is probably the best investment he could have made. I think it was like $120 on Amazon for it to be the desk, for it to be the storage, for me to have the vanity light, for me to have the fan literally built into the freaking table, button built into the freaking table. Like he did his biggest one. He did his biggest one, right? Okay, so I put a couple of things away already on here just to kind of get the organization going. Like it was kind of driving me nuts just having things like not on here at all, but we have my flowers up here, of course. We have my children's book that they brought to me that they slid under the door. That's usually not up here. Little makeup organizer down here. It has four slots. Honestly, I just have a lot of like random stuff in here right now. Lip glosses that I don't really use. I think this was the box that one of my rings came in. I'm not too sure. Random stuff. I have my little jewelry bowl right here, really cutesy. My lip gloss that is my current fave. Like she currently sits in my purse. I honestly don't even know why. She's out right now. And then I have some of my makeup over here. Let's get into it. A little bit of a facial spray. I have my skin tint by Win Beauty, more lip glosses, concealers, really just random, kind of random. Bit of like my day to day makeup that I use. I have my pressed and setting powders right here. A little bit of my lip mask from Laneige. I believe that's how you pronounce it. A little bit of lotion. Comes with this underneath desk space. Three drawers right here, little storage right here. I have a book just behind my this makeup organizer and this mirror. Let's talk about this mirror because this is not the mirror that I originally had here. The desk came with just the desk. Like it was the desk, it was the fan, it was the drawers, it was all of that, but the mirror did not come with it. The original mirror that I had was this mirror that sits over here and just use for like doing my hair and doing my braids and parting the back of my hair. So I just had it sitting right here. And then I had this down here. This is also a part of one of the really cool freaking presents that he just bought me. This is a nail lamp that also has a little like adapter part that connects up here where I can record for content because he knows I'm trying to be, not trying to, because I am. He knows I'm being consistent this time. This is bright. Like, if you think this is bright, literally that and this, like, it can go from nighttime to complete daylight with simply turning it on. Like, they are both exceptionally bright. So, and honestly, I really only had the old setup for like a day because as soon as he set this up, I was just like, okay, boom, need to upgrade that mirror. And I was immediately on Facebook Marketplace. And honestly, this was the first thing that popped up. It wasn't really far from me. I want to say she was maybe like 30 minutes away, which really isn't crazy in Texas because Texas, like, if you know, you know, it's big. Texas is very, very big. So 30 minutes away, I was just like, okay, I can do that. I think it was only $30. Its brand is Impressions. I've never heard about it before, but I'm literally obsessed with it. She had the measurements on Facebook, so I did measure to make sure that it was going to fit the space and my height, especially since, once again, being really tall, I wanted to make sure that I didn't have to, like, do my makeup where I was like dunking down like this and I'm dropping stuff. Love that so much for me. But yeah, this is a nail lamp which has two. What's up, my love? What board? Okay. This is my nail lamp. It sits like this. It is also super, super huge. It was sitting up here before. So yeah, this lamp wasn't here. It was just that skinny little black mirror that sat there. And then this was just here. And I was using this as terms of like the light. And it pretty much worked the same way because the mirror just sat right here. And then I just had this sitting on top of the mirror. And it kind of gave the same exact vibe as this. I'm not gonna lie, like to the point where I did it and I was just like, oh my god, like, do I want the mirror still? Do I need it? Like, I don't really know. But I ultimately did still get it because, like I said, that's the mirror that I use for my hair. So I didn't really want to have to constantly go back and forth with, moving it from here to the bathroom to wherever I'm doing my hair. Yeah, so I switched it out, found this on Facebook literally the same night that this was put together. This little part actually comes off. I just realized this today as I was cleaning it, and this is like a much closer mirror. So it's really nice when I'm doing my eyebrows or when I'm doing my lashes, if I have like a cluster to fix, or if I'm just doing a whole new set in general. Yeah, that is the gist of this. I am quite literally obsessed with this area. My daughter, as you can see, is also very obsessed with this area. Yeah, now we are going to try to organize it a bit more with the things that I am going to be doing here, which is my nails, my hair, my makeup, maybe a little bit of skincare, a mud mask here and there. Yeah, so let's do a bit of organizing. I have just a bunch of stuff on my bed right now. This is the size they are. Like, I would say it's a pretty decent, like, one drawer specifically can definitely be just for my hair tools, 100%. Hi, it's me. Glosses, honestly, I really want to have my lip glosses just live here so it's in a space where it's just really convenient to me because I have so many random ones, I would say. Not even random, I just have a lot. I have a lot of lip glosses and I just want them accessible to me because you know what? Sometimes you change your mind. Sometimes you want the Fenty by Rihanna. Sometimes you want the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Like, you never know. You never know. So, first we have the bottom drawer, and I think I'm going to put my hair stuff down there, and we're just going to start with the biggest. I got a crimper, which, as you can see, is barely wanting to fit. Blow dry brush, things. Blow dryer, flat iron, flexi rods, two of our main brushes, nothing crazy, and then a headband, because why not? Really need to clean this because this has traveled with us through a couple of states and I think it shows, maybe not so much on the camera right now. These are some eyeshadow palettes that I have, and then this is, I think, another palette that I have. Cute little mirror on the front. Oh, I guess the mirror wasn't here, but I think I like glued it to the front. Or maybe it came out. I don't know. Something happened. But it has cute little blushes. Oh my god. Which I am just now realizing because I literally was wanting to buy another freaking blush, and there's a brush and a bronzer in here. Lotion, that can be something that's in there, as well as my setting powders. But I will keep my lip balm over here because this is also like my go-to. Now this drawer is going to be super random. Me and my daughter have matching headbands. I use baby wipes, honestly, when it comes to taking my makeup off. Like, I don't use makeup wipes, literally just use baby wipes. They work the same. I buy them from the dollar store. You get like a pack of like 75. Just some little cotton things that I have. Blusters that I use. 2 packs. I guess I was like running out of one of the sizes that I usually use. So 2 packs right here. So let's just get a glimpse of this nail stuff so you guys can understand why I am saying this is going to have to be a video of its own. So this is the box. This is the box of pretty much everything. This is the box that the nail lamp came in. Everything has just been living in here since. This is the nail polish set that he bought me. This is the nail lamp that I already had. Nail lamp that's new that came with this. Nail drill that I bought that came with this. Much better, I'll say, than the last one that I had. 10 times better. This was some cute stuff that came with it, like the foil to take off your gel. I have a lot of cute, fun accessories that I do. So, like, I do this. I be doing this. I am the DIYer. Something obviously spilled. I think it's these damn stars. It's fine. It's no big deal. I would honestly say my daughter probably uses the accessories and stuff more than me for sure. So, as long as she still has something that makes her happy, that's what matters. Yeah, I don't really use these like little butterfly stickers. I love all the glitter that's just like falling off. Just love that. So cute. So we have a whole bunch of files right there. Pretty cutesy, fun little sparkles. Both my UV lamps right there. Nail drill, nail bits, pieces. I literally swear by this. Like the first one I bought it with the intention that it worked like this, and it didn't. This one is 10 times better. It's also cordless. You just, charge it for a little bit. You could also use it while you're charging it. Like, I love it. My designing tools. Here's my little like clippers. I was very fully invested. I don't know if I still have my acrylic stuff. I'm not too sure because, like I said, I literally just polished my own nails with gel. Oh, I think so. Here's a couple things. My little the cute little container for it, like the glass to put the solution. Here's the powder that I was using, the acrylic powder. So I still have some of the stuff. I don't use it though. I mean, if I ever have like a break in my nail or something, or if I need to fix it, I keep it as a just in case emergencies type vibe. Or if I'm helping a friend out, because I have had a lot of people tell me, you should take clients, you should take people, you should open up, you should make it a business. And honestly, as fun as that does sound, I truly just don't want people to sue me. What works for me may not work for thee, and I do not want someone coming in talking about I gave them a chemical burn, or their eyelashes fell off, or their skin's irritated, or blah blah blah, and now I'm in small claims court because I was just trying to have a little fun and make a little money, like now I got a lawsuit. So yeah, honestly, I don't know. I feel like if it was maybe like a friend, someone that like I really knew and I could just be like, all right, bitch, like if something happens now. Like I'm doing this with love. Accidents happen because not everything works for everybody. You know, everyone has different type of skin sensitivities. I have very sensitive skin, but what I use works on me. I haven't had any type of reaction, irritation, anything of the sort. So, but that's me. That is solely me. Oh my god, my box is actually empty. And this isn't even full. Like, this makes me so happy that I still have so much space. This is one of my bags of nail polish. This was the jellies that I was using. So, a couple of other polishes, a few that I had used for my daughter that I think weren't gel, but this is one of my bags of polishes. This box, literally an entire other box of polish, lots of different colors. I would say I probably have about maybe close to 100 colors, no lies. So I do like to keep these separate from the jellies since there's just such a distinctive difference, but some of the containers can look the same. Oh no, this one doesn't fit. It's okay. Honestly, I have a little space right there. I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. May be a little chaotic for my first video, but honestly, that is motherhood. They're going to be in and out, they're going to be around. There's going to be screaming in my backgrounds. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, but it's okay. I had a lot of fun, even with the hurdles that we fell through with trying to, you know, the storage and get things to act correctly and so on and so forth. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, check out my other social medias if you would like to. I do post some different things across certain different channels. At least start being that way from now on. Like it may have the same general theme, but I do think each page is going to have something a little slightly different, very similar, but like a little slightly different, just so that there is a reason to follow all of my socials. I mean, is there a point to have so many different social medias if everything is just the same stuff? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Love you, appreciate you. Mwah. Smooches, gorgeous, gorgeous people. And thank you so much for just tuning in today. Bye.